Hi friends, welcome back to Sarah's Next Chapter. My name is Sarah and today I'm going to be sharing with you my summer TBR, all the books that I plan to read over this summer 2026. So grab your tea, coffee or whatever you're drinking and let's get into it. Okay, so I thought I'd start off this video with a book that I'm currently reading, and that is Eros by Zoe Terrakis. I hope that's how you say it. So this is a collection of short stories and they are all queer myths for lovers, as it says here. I mean, side note, this book is absolutely gorgeous. I really love it. So they're Greek mythology retellings that focus on the queer elements of the myth. So whether that is sort of reimagining certain parts or really just drawing out the queerness that is already in so many Greek myths. So I'm really, really loving this book. I'm over a quarter of the way through it now, and I don't read a lot of short story collections, but that is something I'm going to try and change because I'm really, really enjoying this one. I was sent this by Octopus Books alongside Aphrodisia by Dr. Jean Menzies. So shout out to Octopus Books. Thank you so much for sending me these two books because I'm really, really enjoying them. I thought I would split this list up a bit into so what I'm currently reading, books that are on my shelf that I want to get to, and books that I want to buy and I reread as well. So books that are on my shelf, first up we have The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. So I really want to be a Kristen Hanna fan. I feel like she's an author that I really want to get into. However, I read The Great Alone, I think it was last year, and honestly was traumatised by it. If you've never read The Great Alone, it's set in Alaska and it's just really dark. Like physically, metaphorically, spiritually, thematically, it's a dark book. It's all about survival and there's lots of themes of like abuse, and it was so heavy. I felt like none of the characters could catch a break, and honestly by the end of it I felt drained, which I don't want to feel when I'm reading a book, but I did feel that way. But so many people rant and rave about Kristen Hanna, I feel like maybe I just picked the wrong one to start off with. So this book has been on my shelf for, I honestly want to say like 4 or 5 years, like a long time. And I think I will like it. So I was reading the back earlier and it says, an incredible journey of survival, hope, and what we do for those we love, set against America's Great Depression of the 1930s and the Dust Bowl, considered to be one of the worst environmental disasters in American history. So I've never heard of the Dust Bowl, which you're like, yeah, you're Scottish, so that doesn't surprise me. But actually, I feel like over here in Scotland and in Britain in general, we do get a lot of American history because it tends to in some way impact our own. So it's kind of surprising that I've never heard of the Dust Bowl, but I haven't. So I'm intrigued by that. I love a bit of historical fiction and I love a story about hope and resilience. So I am going to read this one and get over my PTSD that I have from The Great Alone. So next book on my shelf that I want to get to is The Hymn to Dionysus by Natasha Pulley. So this is of course a Greek mythology retelling, I'm assuming surrounding the god Dionysus, who is the god of like wine and indulgence and revelries. Sounds like a pretty fun guy. So yeah, this has been on my shelf for a couple of years as well now. Well, maybe just 1 year actually. And do you know what? It's just one of those books that's not that I haven't wanted to get to it, but every time I go to get to it, I'm just maybe not in the mood, or like a new book's just come out that's like kind of grabbed my attention, and this book's been sort of left in the dark a little bit. So we're going to remedy that this summer and I'm going to read this one. So those are the books that are on my shelves, and then I have 2 books that I don't have in my possession but I want to buy. So the first one is This Immortal Heart by Jennifer Saint. So this is a Greek mythology retelling about the relationship between Aphrodite and Ares, the god of war, I think he is. Aphrodite, of course, being the god of like beauty and love. So this is like a look at their relationship. I don't know too much about it, which is what I intend. I don't want to go into it really with many preconceived notions. This is by Jennifer Saint. If you watch my previous video where I ranked every Greek mythology retelling I've ever read, all of Jennifer Saint's books were featured in that video. So I am a Jennifer Saint fan and I'm excited for this one. I feel like this is a wee bit different for her. So yeah, I need to buy this one. And then the other book that I want to buy is Aphrodite in Pieces by Laura J.A. Baer. I think it's Laura. It might be Lauren. doubting myself. So this is obviously also about Aphrodite. So I think these might be quite cool to read one after the other, or just read in quite close proximity to each other because they're both surrounding Aphrodite. So it'd be cool to get a couple of different POVs for that. So next up, the book that I'm going to reread this summer is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So this is obviously an absolutely gorgeous Greek mythology retelling about the story of Achilles and Patroclus. So I am planning to reread this on my honeymoon. We're going to Rhodes in July, and I think this will be the perfect book to read then. I'm not going to bring this lovely special edition hardback though, because I'd be so devastated if anything happened to it. So I've actually ordered a little paperback copy on Vinted because I know I'm going to want to highlight and write stuff in it, and yeah, so that's my reread. And I've also got another wee section here which is I'm on the lookout for, so please comment if you have any recommendations for like summer thrillers. I do like to read a thriller in the summer. So thriller authors that I do like are Lucy Clark, I think her name is, Lucy Foley. There are a few others that are escaping me right now, but yeah, I do like a good summer thriller. It has to have a bit of substance to it. It has to have a bit of like believability. I feel like some thrillers go like way over the top, and I'm a bit like, nah. So yeah, I would like to read maybe a summer thriller, or maybe even like an Agatha Christie, but one that's set somewhere sunny, like Death on the Nile maybe. Yeah, something like that. So if you have any recommendations for like a thriller or a whodunit that's set somewhere sunny, please let me know in the comments, because I do want to read something like that. Probably just download it on my Kindle. Please give me your recommendations for that, because I'm on the lookout for one of those. But yeah, that was my summer TBR. Please let me know what you think if you've read any of these books, if you're interested in reading them after hearing me talk about them. I cannot make that sentence make sense in my head there. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it, no pressure. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!